Every ride who is longing for green power. Here comes StarTime Solar Power System. Stay powerful to provide you with the best entertainment experience. Easy use, no worry with the safety socket protection design and long lifespan battery. With StarTime Solar Power System, you no longer need to worry about charging household appliances. And more types of solar power system are available for your different requirements. StarTime Solar Power System, power your life.
It's a place very close to you, a place easily accessible in a serene environment with adequate security. Ade Super Hotels Limited is the place with the state-of-the-art facility, spacious car park, air-conditioned rooms and suites with modern toilet facilities, standard swimming pool, well-stocked indoor and outdoor baths, boardroom for corporate meetings, halls for all kinds of events and parties, a gymnasium equipped with up-to-date facilities, restaurants that provide local and continental dishes with special services for banquet and buffet. Laundry services are also available. At Ade Super Hotels Limited, you are assured of 24 hours power supply as well as best ever reception that you can imagine. Ade Super Hotel is located at Elisha Road, PO Box 3028, Akure, Ondo State. Telephone 0803-440-4358, 034-206-855. Email adesuperhotels@yahoo.com. Website www.adesuperhotels.com. Ade Super Hotels Limited, hotel with passion for maximum comfort.
Every ride who is longing for green power. Here comes StarTime Solar Power System. Stay powerful to provide you with the best entertainment experience. Easy use, no worry with the safety socket protection design and long lifespan battery. With StarTime Solar Power System, you no longer need to worry about charging household appliances. And more types of solar power system are available for your different requirements. StarTime Solar Power System, power your life.
On the news tonight, workers in Akure resume after Salah holiday. Senate committee inspects fire incident site in Maka. Plus, court jails 9 Chinese cyber terrorism. Good evening and welcome to Nta Akure News at 7. I am Adeni Adejiwe. Now the news. Following the end of Salah holiday, workers in Akure have resumed duties across various offices and establishments. The level of compliance varied across sectors as some offices recorded full attendance while others witnessed a slow return. Adebayo Jegede reports.
Normal activities gradually returned to government and private offices in Akure as workers resumed duties after the Eid el-Kabir holiday declared by the federal government. A visit to some ministries, agencies, and business centers within the city revealed that while many workers were back at their desks, a few offices still operated with skeletal staff, with some employees yet to return. At the Ondo State Secretariat, noticeable activity resumed as civil servants were seen settling back into their routines, while some were yet to resume. Some workers emphasized the need to return to work promptly to avoid backlogs, noting that punctual resumption reflects professionalism and respect for one's duties.
I'm happy after the long holiday, we're given Friday and Monday. So I'm happy. I spent with my children. We are hoping the government of the day. We boost the civil servant morale through their normal initiatives, training stuffs, and payment of salary in due time.
Our holiday was fine. At least we had time with our family, friends, and even time to rest. So I think, to me, it's okay.
The holiday was fine. We had a lot of fun. My family, relatives, friends, and all of that.
The general mood among workers was that of renewed energy, as many expressed optimism for the second half of the year. In Nta Akure, Adebayo Jegede, NTA News.
President Bola Tinubu has continued to receive more endorsement and expression of confidence in his administration from across political parties. A former governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, a member of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), on a private visit to the president this Monday, once again expressed belief in the efforts of the current administration to turn around the economy of the country. In an interview with State House correspondent at the Lagos residence of the president, Mr. Fayose says his confidence in the leadership qualities of President Tinubu goes beyond political reasons. Meanwhile, President Tinubu has arrived at Abuja after Salah break. The Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs has confirmed that no casualties were recorded as a result of the recent fire incident at a hotel accommodating some Nigerian pilgrims in Mecca. This was when the committee members, led by Senator Ali Ndume, paid an assessment visit to the scene of the incident. Correspondent Jamilu Ibrahim has more.
Recent fire incident at one of the hotels accommodating some Nigerian contingent for this year's Hajj in Mecca has been a source of concern to all the relevant authorities and stakeholders. The Emiratus Sanan Hotel, located on Shari Mansour Street in Mecca, was hosting more than 480 Nigerian pilgrims from some 6 private tour operators companies. Members of the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, led by Senator Ali Ndumi, who are currently on an oversight mission in Saudi Arabia, visited the scene to assess the situation.
It's unfortunate, but alhamdulillah, there was no loss of life, and the NACON are up on doing on it. The assessments have not been completed. Yes. It's in the process, so we felt it is very important to come and see for ourselves what happened.
NACON Chairman Professor Abdullah Saleh Osman told the Senate Committee that only 6 rooms were consumed by the fire, and the pilgrims were at Muna Valley when the incident occurred.
The more than 400 victims of the fire incident have been relocated to another accommodation, and the cause of the fire is yet to be ascertained.
This is the new hotel where all the victims have been relocated to immediately after their return from Muna. The Senate Committee is here to commiserate with the victims and to reassure them of their safety.
From Mina, they took us directly to this hotel. While we come here, get the accommodation, and everybody is okay.
The affected pilgrims have since resumed their normal life in the holy city, as most of them were said to be at the Grand Mosque of Kaaba as of the time of the Senate Committee's visit to their new accommodation. In Mecca, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.
The Federal High Court sitting in Ikoyi, Lagos, has convicted and sentenced 9 Chinese to 1 year imprisonment, each for cyber terrorism and internet fraud. The convicts are among the syndicate of 792 alleged cryptocurrency investment and romance fraud suspects arrested in December 2024 in Lagos during a sting operation conducted by EFCC operatives. They were subsequently arraigned on 1 count separate charge of cyber terrorism and internet fraud in February 2025 by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). They initially pleaded not guilty to the charges. However, during the sitting on Thursday, June 5, 2025, they changed their plea from not guilty to guilty. In view of their plea, Justice Osiago convicted and sentenced each of the defendants to 1 year imprisonment starting from the date of arrest, with a fine of 1 million naira each. The judge further ordered that upon completion of their prison sentence, the Controller General of Immigration should ensure that they are repatriated to their country of origin within 7 days. The mobile phones, computers, laptops, and routers seized from them at the time of arrest were forfeited to the federal government. You're still watching Nta Akure News at 7. We shall be back in a moment. Please stay with us.
While the minor unit is the kobo, they are both in notes and coins. The naira is more than just a medium of exchange. It bears the images of our heroes. So, stop abusing the naira. It is a criminal offense to spray the naira at events. Stop stepping on the naira. It's not your enemy. Do not squeeze, ruffle, or write on the naira. Handling the naira with dirty or oily hands can deface the naira. Love the naira as you love yourself. Be a real Nigerian. Do not abuse the naira.
You're welcome back. You can also watch us through our social media handles on Facebook, Nta Akure, and on YouTube, Nta Akure. Moving on now to business news. The federal government is expected to lose $4 million from a World Bank loan after failing to meet auditing standards on a key revenue reform covering the Federal Island Revenue Services and the Nigerian Customs Services. Olajumoke reports.
The federal government is expected to lose $4 million from a World Bank loan after failing to meet auditing standards on a key revenue reform covering the Federal Inland Revenue Service and the Nigeria Customs Service. The form part of the $103 million Fiscal Governance and Institutions Project, a public financial management initiative financed through a credit facility from the International Development Association. According to the World Bank statement, the revenue assurance audits covering the FIRS and customs for the 2018 and 2021 financial years was assessed as not achieved because the report submitted did not meet international auditing standards. In another development, the president of the Nigeria Society of Engineers, Margaret Oguntala, has commended the federal government for its strategic infrastructure investments, particularly the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. Speaking during an interview section at the commissioning of the project's first section at Lagos, she praised President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for demonstrating visionary leadership in enhancing national connectivity and economic growth through critical projects. Lastly, on business news, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has raised an alarm that some individuals are impersonating it, demanding money from investors. A statement released by the NNPC spokesman, Olufemi Shoneye, stated that the individuals solicited fees for meeting with the NNPC Board of Directors, executives and management staff, saying the actions were unauthorized and illegal. That will be all on business news. In Akure, Olajumoke Oladimeji, NTA News.
Up next is Sport Update with Gift George as our guide.
The maiden West African Football Union A and B Under-20 Boys Cup of Nations, originally slated for Ghana from June 15th to 30th, 2025, has officially been postponed. The decision was communicated to the participating countries by the Ghana Football Association in a letter, with a new date scheduled to be announced in due course. The Ghana Football Association encouraged all participating teams and officials to remain patient and monitor the development. 16 national teams from the West African zones A and B had to compete in the tournament, which Nigerian Flying Eagles coach Aliu Zubero had identified as a platform to assess the players that are likely to feature for the country ahead of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup taking place in Chile later in the year. In athletics, over 500 students from the 57 local government areas and councils in Lagos State featured at the Maiden United Athletics Series, which held at the University of Lagos Sports Complex. The Age Grade Athletics Championship, which was for primary school students under 11 years, was a collaboration between the Lagos State Sports Commission and the University State's Basic Education Board. It focused on the discovery and development of budding talents from the primary school system.
We realized in the recent time that concentration has been at the secondary school level, while neglecting the primary school, which is the real goddamn young. If we really want to delve into the grassroots, we should go to the primary school.
The platform to discover, develop, and nurture the next generation of athletes in Nigeria. The aim is actually to start an athletics academy, all right? And which better way for, what will be a better way to actually get a pool of talent?
In other news, the FC Shinnik striker, a Russian-based football club, Nta Akure, has paid an encouragement visit to the internally displaced persons in the Munga Leliao community, Karim Lamido local government area of Taraba State. The Taraba-born international football professional undertook the sympathy visit under the auspices of his pet project, Nta Akure Hope Foundation, where he appealed to the global community to come to the aid of the IDPs who are in their need of basic needs. With sports update, Gift George, NTA News.
The passing of Pastor Michael Bisesson has drawn an outpouring of love and tributes as the family, friends, and members of the Christian community gathered for his funeral procession at his residence in Akure. Jumoke Oladimeji tells us more.
The atmosphere was that of gratitude as the children, family members, and guests paid their final respect to late Pastor Michael Obisheson, a respected spiritual leader known for his dedication to the gospel of Christ and the well-being of others. Speaking at the event, Pastor Benson Olaluyi described the deceased as a man of integrity, sincerity, and a worthy example to others. He praised God for a life well spent, noting that Pastor Obisheson's journey was not wasted, but purposeful and impactful.
We know him, a man of sincerity, a man of integrity, a man that cares. Everything, and that's why today we are celebrating him. We are missing him a lot because he's a pillar in our family. He's a father figure.
The children of the deceased share how deeply he will be missed, especially for his humanitarian deeds and compassionate nature.
Baba was an hard-working person, a general on his own, a bridge builder, and Baba was an entrepreneur person. And then he likes helping people. And Daddy likes it, but the best thing most is that he died as a Christian.
He's very God-fearing, and also we thank God whatever he finds to do is he does it well, excellently. Diligence, integrity, his word is burned. If he tells you yes, you expect it to be a yes, and if he tells you no, you expect that to be a no.
He's a tough man, a really tough man, because I would say I was the first person that got married in the house. You know, when you have a house full of kids and just somewhere just came and said, you want to come and marry my daughter. He was strict, he was a disciplinarian. We didn't first go along when I first got married because he's over too protective of either his children, either a male or a female, very protective. And as time goes on, he wasn't no more my in-law. He becomes my good friend.
Pastor Michael Obisheson, who died at the age of 78 years, is survived by children and grandchildren. In Akure, Olajumoke Oladimeji, NTA News.
And that brings us to the end of our news for tonight. We want to say a very big thank you for watching. Good evening.